Hi, my name's Ian Swanston and welcome to Closers. Overcoming sales objections is a common roadblock for many salespeople, and that awkward moment when buyers challenge the salesperson can often make or break us. I personally used to hate how uncomfortable I became when the buyer stumped me, so to speak, and found it extremely frustrating. Over time, I discovered 3 easy ways that we now teach and help many of our clients turn around those awkward sales meetings and help close more sales opportunities. Number 1, research and planning. Brainstorm with your sales teams or on your own and write down every single stall and objection your buyers have previously given you. When you do this, you will quickly realize that more often than not, it's the same or at least very similar objections that keep resurfacing. Once we know the most common objections, turn them into questions to use as part of your sales qualification process. It's much better to handle the buyer's stalls and objections before they manifest rather than waiting on the buyer bringing them up. Asking these questions up front and early on in the sales process ensures also that there's a good fit between the seller's products and services and the buyer's requirements moving forward. B, it positions the salesperson as upfront and not afraid to ask difficult questions that may ultimately lose them the sale. C, it avoids wasting the salesperson and the buyer's time by pursuing opportunities that will never close. D, it demonstrates the salesperson's product and industry knowledge. Number 2, in cases where salespeople have failed to qualify out genuine sales objections early on in the process, we recommend the use of flashcards for training. Simply take some 4x6 postcards and write down the most common stalls and objections. Again, brainstorm with your team the best responses to those objections and write them down on the back of the card. You can then run short training sessions involving role play to help the salespeople memorize the correct responses. Remember to monitor how successful your new responses are, because it may be that although the response makes perfect sense for you, it doesn't always work for your customers. So always check and look to improve if you're not getting the desired results. 3, change your mindset. What I mean by this is that many salespeople fear stalls and objections, and too many become deflated and give up. In reality, most objections are actually requests from the buyer for further information. The buyer is not yet clear in their mind and they simply need some points clarifying. This is in fact an opportunity for the salesperson to shine and not something they should fear or avoid. Salespeople need to welcome stalls and objections and be much more positive when they are brought up. If the buyer has absolutely no stalls and objections, I would go as far as to actually question how genuine their interest is. Often silence is the first sign of a bigger problem. Overcoming sales objections is a challenge that will probably never go away unless you stop being a salesperson. Unless salespeople learn to handle these in a positive and productive way, then they will inevitably continue to underperform. Why struggle and lose sales when with some effort, salespeople can easily overcome these objections? Ultimately, it's the responsibility of the sales manager and business leaders to ensure salespeople are as effective as possible. Overcoming sales objections may be the difference between hitting this year's sales targets or not. Thank you for watching and please subscribe to our channel. You can also find more information at www.closers.com.